in the room. Come on in the room. Bucks win tonight, 137-107. A beatdown, belt to ass. 137-107 over the Dallas Mavericks. The shorthanded, the depleted Dallas Mavericks. But nevertheless, they make this thing easy, look real easy, doing it like you should on a night like this. Come on in the room. It's a back-to-back, but we here, so you should be here. Come on in the room. Doc is our doctor, right? So all screws together, so our medicine in our room. We are live. Cream City crossover guru, trick off dirt.
Chris King.
Justin.
Yeah. Me, Chris King, Justin in the building. Bucks were in the building. 137-107. Could have been more if they felt like it. But that was them taking their foot off the gas. Most points scored this year for the Bucks. They had 70-some points scored at halftime. This is a good night. This is a good night for the Bucks. Don't play with your food. Come in and eat. Go eat. Go do what you're supposed to do. Get at us in the chat. Again, if you're here right now, you are a sicko. If you're here right now, we sickos because we in the building doing what we do on a back-to-back. We'll talk to you in the chat. We'll talk to you on the Twitter at TCIIESQ. That's where you can find me. A 30-point dub tonight for your Milwaukee Bucks. Let's get into it with a little bit of a game recap. Giannis, 32, 15, and 4 tonight. One steal. He was 13 and 20. He came in the game locked. Locked and loaded, had the mid-range going, mid-range assassin. Listen, if he's hitting that mid-range jump shot in the playoffs, Bucks are a problem. Like, it's getting to the point now. I believe I saw a stat. I know Justin always corrects me on stats, but you guys, I'm just remembering off memory. There was a stat, though, where I believe there weren't that many people that qualified who have taken like a certain number of mid-range jump shots. Giannis is in that category. He's like fourth. It's like KD. And the names on that list, let me tell you, the names on that list for percentage made in the mid-range that have taken a minimum number of high attempts in that category. Giannis is up there. He's almost 50% shooting that mid-range jumper. It is a bona fide weapon that he has. He has with the little dark step back, he has a turnaround with it. He has a straight pull up, look you dead in the eye, hit you with it, hand in his face, stepping away from him. He's got that shot down. That is a shot that not only extends the longevity of his career, but it gives him a different. It's a different weapon that he gets to use in the playoffs. Where you again, your thing about Giannis, defending Giannis was the main question you had to figure out was, how far back do I need to play so that he doesn't have a head of steam when he's just coming straight to the basket? Now, and you don't have to play with a three-point line. You still have to play with a three-point line, but now you do have to give him that respect 17, 18 feet from the basket. And if you don't play him honest, 17, 18 feet from the basket, he will kill you from that area. He's doing it. He's making it a thing. Not to be outdone, Damian Lillard, 34, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals from him. 11 for 15 from the field. That's 73%. 5 of 8 from 3, 7 for 7 from the line. Oh, by the way, Giannis was 6 of 6 from the line. Plus 28 for Damian Lillard. Giannis, you made a face. Giannis is shooting 73% from the line over the last 3 games. Probably gone up after tonight. Damian Lillard, hey, just smack him in the. Hey, somebody before the playoffs, somebody just smack him. Smack him side of the head. That's what we need, because that's the Damian Lillard that I need right there. Shooting from all over, getting to the basket, mid-range, deep, whatever he wanted to do, he hit it. He was hitting shots all over. That again, another one. If that's the Damian Lillard you get in the playoffs, watch out. Bucks are gonna be crazy. At one point, the Giannis and Dame had 60 points. The Dallas Mavericks had 65. Like that's how dominant the duo was. Again, not to be outdone, Kyle Kuzma came in the game firing. 17 points, 4 rebounds tonight. He was 7 for 9. Everybody's so caught up in his efficiency. 2 nights in a row, he's over 70%. He said, 70% wasn't good enough for you last night. Here goes 77% for you tonight. 7 of 9 from the field, 2 of 2 from 3. He was a plus 14 tonight. Did have 3 turnovers. But Kyle Kuzma, again, just balling. Just absolutely balling. Brooke and Taurean Prince decided to take the night off. 2 points, 2 boards, 1 assist for Brooke, 2 blocks. Taurean Prince, 3 points, 4 rebounds. But your bench stepped up. No Gary Trent Jr. tonight. He was out, so he gets some rest. But 3 guys off the bench in double figures. Another night where you have 6 guys in double figures. What is it? The Bucks had 7 times in 50 games where they had 6 players in double figures. Since the All-Star break, they've had 7 games of 6 guys in double figures. AJ Green, Derry Bird was a marksman from 3 tonight. 6 for 9 from the field, 6 for 9 from 3. He was a plus 22, hitting shots all over the place, flamethrower. How about your boy Jericho Sims? 10 points, 8 rebounds. He looks much more comfortable in the flow of things. He's hitting alley-oop dunks, dump-off dunks, and then he had a nice little jump stop, little floater from the baseline tonight that he knocked in. I mean, just an excellent job from him tonight. And, of course, he was 5 for 5 because everything's right in the basket. He did have a jump shot, so I'll give him that too. But your man of the hour off the bench, Kevin Porter Jr., 10 points, 11 rebounds, 14 assists, 1 steal. He was 4 of 11, but man, just balling. 3 turnovers tonight from him. But the things that Kevin Porter did, it is still remarkable. I know we get on John Horst. We've said this before. You got to give him his. I don't care how the season ends up. You have to give him his flowers. He did what he was supposed to do. Kyle Kuzma for Middleton, Jericho Sims for DeLon Wright, Kevin Porter Jr. for MarJon Beauchamp, and you're getting production from all of those guys. I mean, this was one of the better deadlines that John Horst has had. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Kevin Porter Jr. was cooking all night long. On the Dallas side of things, Klay Thompson, they only had 8 guys available, but Klay Thompson with 28 and 4 rebounds, 4 assists. He actually played well tonight. And again, he took 27 shots to get 28 points. But I thought he played okay despite the circumstances. Najee Marshall, 22 points, 11 boards. Dwight Powell, 6 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. Max Christie, 13 points. Spencer, as Kyle Kuzma would call him, Shitty, 8 points and 6 assists, 4 steals from him. Williams with 14 points. Edwards with 7 points. And your boy Omax, 9 points, 2 assists, 2 boards, a 137-107 victory. I mean, there's not much to really like. You don't have to analyze a lot from this game, to be honest. But what I'll say is this is how, because the Bucks dominated the entire game. They won every single quarter, including the fourth quarter, where you had Ajax get you 8 points tonight. Ajax got 9 minutes. Chris Livingston got 9 minutes. Shout out. Hey, shout out to what's my man name? Balding. Hey, my man out there, Booyah. Oh, hey. He looked like he was at the car wash in the 70s. Whatever the hell hey, Booyah. Balding Booyah. I like it, dog. I like it. See, no, but you already there. Booyah Booyah different because he got a soul patch on the top of his head. On the
island.
He's on a peninsula right now. my man. I like that. That's how he coming. My man. Man, he like I said, man, like he sell crack in the 70s, man. That's what he looked like.
Oh my God.
But hey, you're Milwaukee Bucks. Like, it is what it is. But again, everybody contributed tonight. 137-107. Again, there's just not much to talk about. I mean, from a breaking the game down standpoint. I mean, this is Doc. Shout out to Doc Rivers for having these guys ready to play. Guys hit shots, and you can see first quarter. Dallas hit some shots first quarter, but you knew they only had 8 guys. You're gonna wear down. And I think the most important number, we ran off a bunch of numbers in the game recap. Most important number for me is 26 minutes Kuzma, 24 minutes Giannis, 26 minutes Damian Lillard. That's a lot of work for those 3 guys. What's 34, 32, and 17? Anybody know? What's that? 66
83
plus 17. That's 83. 83. A big 3 gives you 83, and none of them played more than 26 minutes. That's impressive. And you don't. And again, on a back-to-back, you don't have to wear the guys down. So that's good stuff. And then of course, Kevin Porter Jr. plays 26 minutes, but he actually got his triple-double in 19 minutes and 45 seconds. Again, phenomenal job from the Bucks. 137-107. Proud of the guys. Again, a win you should have, a win you do have, a win you go out and get easy enough, easy peasy. Everybody does what they're supposed to do. I'm glad about it. I appreciate it. 137-107. That's what I saw. What'd you see?
Yeah, to me, you talk about obviously not much being needed to analyze with this one, but how about the vibes, man? How about the
Yeah.
vibes? Back to back. We go 2-0. These are games you were supposed to win. Obviously, Hawks came off a back-to-back, and obviously Dallas just depleted completely. That team is a waste. That team is done. Yes, let's sit Anthony Davis if you're a Mavericks fan. But like just the vibes of this 8 of 9, this team is rolling, and I got to give credit to the players tonight as well. Just going out there and playing. Like, they very well could have had a couple guys, just sit. A Dame gets hit hard in the face. He could have sat. He could have sat today. Kuzma, rough ankle, obviously back to back. He could have sat. They didn't. I enjoy that about this team. I think that they're really trying to be out there. They're having fun playing basketball. And, yeah, it was a phenomenal game tonight. I think Kuz really established himself in the first quarter, 4 or 5. He played well. KPJ, obviously, we were looking, if you want to analyze a bit of the game, we were looking for those minutes with Giannis in that first half. I was calling for it. And tonight gave us the opportunity to see that, especially GTJ being on the bench and not playing tonight. And I thought he did it well. Whatever they were talking about where you need spacing, you need shooters on the perimeter. No, I don't think so. I saw KPJ do a phenomenal job, still getting guys involved, but also, scoring scoring the basketball a little bit. Defensively, I thought he was great. Had a couple big steals and forced misses. So I think, that shows that he's able to defend at a high level. So, yeah, I'm just very, very happy that the Bucks got this dub tonight, as expected, but just good vibes all around in Milwaukee.
Yeah, very good night to be a Bucks fan again. Let's look at what Doc said. So Doc's whole prep. Well, this is the first thing he said about the team. This is the only thing he said about the team. He said that they played the right way tonight. Lots of aggression, defense, and the ball movement was top of the line. And then we go into Giannis, because the rest of this post-game press conference is about Giannis. He said Giannis is the greatest forgotten player in the NBA currently. He's not mentioned enough in the league. He's having a career year, and he's not getting the notoriety he deserves. He's just a pro's pro. Talked about his work ethic, and this is all kind of centering around that 20,000 points. GA is the most low ego maintenance player he's ever coached. He has a pure heart. The closest thing that he's coached to Giannis is Kevin Garnett. I thought that's a hell of a compliment. And then lastly, he said he does it for Milwaukee. He loves Milwaukee. And more importantly, all of us Milwaukee Bucks fans and the city of Milwaukee, we love them. Only thing I wrote down tonight was, the obvious that everyone's talking about, GA with 20K. That's just amazing that he did it all in a Milwaukee Bucks uniform. From the Bradley Center to the Mecca to the Pfizer, the arena he built. That's huge. One more shout out. We had another guy with a career night tonight. Brooke Lopez moved up to 19th on the all-time blocks list. And kind of what you were talking about with Horst. One thing that I wanted to point out with Horst was not only did he win the trade deadline, but he also won the free agency period that we had, with what we had to work with when you look at a Gary Trent Jr. and Taurean Prince as well. I just really love what the bench did tonight. I don't think there's any other accolades we could give KPJ 2 nights in a row. The brother is balling. He's a dog. He did everything. Thought AJ Green just shot that thing amazingly well too tonight. And the thing about those last 5 guys on the bench with Jackson, with Sims, with KPJ, before you got to the real garbage minutes, remember, Dallas only had 8 players, so they had to play against NBA quality guys for 3 out of those 5. It wasn't just your typical G League guys. So I thought those guys showed a lot of energy, and I'm sure the Mavericks kind of let their foot off the gas. I think that's a given, but just a great resounding win, man. And you did what you're supposed to do tonight. And now we can move on to this weekend because we got another tough back-to-back.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely got tough back-to-backs, and you stack wins. You go out, you got to play Friday night against Orlando. You got Saturday night against Cleveland. Everybody's going to think that Cleveland, that starting, it's Friday, Saturday. It's starting Saturday. Everybody's going to believe that's when
Sunday.
Saturday, Sunday. Oh, my bad. Okay.
Yep.
Sorry. So excuse me. Saturday, Sunday. Everybody believes Sunday is when everything's going to start. As far as, just how tough the gauntlet of a schedule that's coming up. Giovanni says he's in the room. Oh, sorry. William Arrange with the super chat. Our guy, William Arrange, always in here, says, I don't care if the Mavs were down men. This win had me hyped. And William, I share that sentiment with you. You should be hyped. there's nothing wrong with being hyped. That's what, 4 in a row. That's what are we, 7 out of last 8?
8 of 9.
Was it 8 of 9? That is, you've won. You've won 8 of your last 10. You're 8-2 in your last 10. You hold serve in the 4th place, half game up over Indiana. We'll see what Detroit does tonight. They should be starting pretty soon against the Clippers. Won't be, unless the Clippers, I don't know if they have people out tonight. But again, Clippers aren't a pushover at all. That's a good basketball team out there. Even though they've lost 3 in a row. But yeah, no, there is every reason to be excited about this club. And it kind of goes to what you were talking about, Chris King. You mentioned it when you said not much to analyze, but how about vibes? That's a good place that I think about when I think about what we felt about this team prior to the deadline versus how you feel about them now. Again, I think the vibes are much, much higher when I think about what this basketball team is like. I start looking, and again, and I've been first to tell you, and me and Justin, we've had this conversation. Justin talks about them, what they eating up there in Boston, donuts and cream puffs. What they eating?
The dirty Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
Right, dirty Dunkin' Donuts, and I've been the first one to tell you, the Boston Celtics are a better team than the Milwaukee Bucks. Cleveland Cavaliers, a better team than the Milwaukee Bucks. You move past this deadline again. I just go off what I see. I know some people do the analytics and they're talking about numbers. We talk about all the time. I'm a basketball is meant to be watched, not read. I go off what I see. And what I have seen is this is a team that looks like it can compete. Because again, everything revolves around Giannis Dame. If Giannis Dame playing like this, you have a shot against anybody. And then the question is, how do the other guys fit in? What do they do? Can they carry you? And I look offensively and I go, when I see an AJ Green shooting 6 of 9, will he shoot 6 of 9 every night? No. AJ Green's one of the guys we talked about last night who may end up losing some time, right? Because the rotations shrink. But I believe he's a guy that's going to get a shot every game. And if he's shooting the ball well, he's going to play. If he's having and so this is a guy, I think of him kind of like a what's my name? My man Brent Forbes, where he could win you. I'm just saying, and it's big. He's better than Brent Forbes, but I'm just saying, he can win you a playoff game. If you shoot 6 or 9 in a playoff game from 3, you can win a game. And if you can win a game, if you can steal a game against a Boston or Cleveland or New York, if you can win a series because you went on the road and did something like that. That's what I'm saying. A Kevin Porter Jr., again, when you're playing like this and you're impacting things, a Jericho Sims, who's a guy who's also going to lose minutes because Bobby Portis will come back. When he's playing like this and he's grabbing boards and he's altering shots and he's actually scoring offensively, the Bucks have a totally different dynamic. So again, I just go back to what you said, Chris King. The vibes, they look much better. Even they were winning some still with what they were doing. They had stretches where they won games back before the deadline. This team looks a little different to me.
Yeah, and this is I think Todd said it in the chat. This Sunday, matching up with Cleveland is going to be awesome because you look back and you didn't have Chris Middleton and you still kept those games one possession at the end of the games, right? So now with what this team looks like and what this team is doing, getting up and down the floor, having multiple options off the bench, having a guy that actually plays as your third option, we may want that Cleveland series in the second round. You may want that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying because listen, if you say Boston Celtics a better team, obviously they've owned us for an inexperienced Cleveland team with all the pressure in the world against Dame and Giannis, and this group rolling out Kuz, rolling out KPJ. I mean, man, maybe you want that series. But I'm interested to see how they match up, and especially with the vibes that we're getting right now from this Milwaukee Bucks team, I'm thinking we really have a shot at being a better team than Cleveland.
No, I'd agree with you. And I mean, when you get to the playoffs, it's nothing but good teams in front of you. Like you said, Chris, we missed those games without Chris Middleton. But remember the second game that we lost by 1 or 2 points, there was no Giannis in that game either, which is even better. I think we can play with them. I think we can play with the Boston Celtics. I hate those dudes. Everybody knows it. And hey man, you got Chris King on this shirt. on this shirt. I'm looking at the dudes chatting in the comment. Who's the dude with the black shirt and the chains, man?
Show some respect. Like Ty said, the Dayton legend. Come on now.
That's big dog Chris King.
Yeah.
King with a capital K.
Hey, don't head out there in Dayton not know where you at. Talking about look the little dude. Hey, Chris King, Jack kept throwing you out the club now. Don't play. Don't play.
I really like Star Wars, so General Grievous is always good in my mind. No, so.
but they look for you two gentlemen to give them that unfiltered basketball opinion. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to be a Milwaukee Bucks fan, to be a homer. So I think we better than the Boston Celtics. I think we better than the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I felt that the whole year. I definitely feel it now. Before I was just saying it because I wanted the Bucks to win and I'm from the South. Well, I'm not from the South, but I live in the South long enough to speak it into existence. Now, I believe with Kuzma, with Porter Jr., with Sims, with these other guys, it's like it's an infectious thing. I know KPJ, and that was a big shot he took at that Clippers organization when he said, I've never been on a winning team before, and I've started to catch these vibes here, like Chris King mentioned, and I started to play better. But you know what? I think the other guys around them are starting to play better. And I think it goes back to that availability we already talk about. Kyle Kuzma is everywhere on that floor he could possibly be. I saw him checking Klay Thompson tonight. Like, these guys are a good basketball team. And I think Hov said it at one time in the song. He said, I don't get the bright watch, I get the right watch. I think Kyle Kuzma is the right fit for this team. He's not the bright fit. And there's a lot of people, and no matter what, and this is why I got to stay off Twitter, man. I got to leave that to y'all younger brothers, man, because there's a whole lot of jokers on there. And all these jokers want to do is talk about the previous guy this, the previous guy that, Bruh, what did you say, Chris King? 8 out of 9, right? 8 out of 9 since Kyle Kuzma has been here. Like, we got to be off anything before Kuzma. And you know how they had BC and AD? Well, we just in that AM phase after Middleton, and that's all we focus on now. We ain't going back to the Old Testament in this joint no more.
That's interesting. Like I said, first, I you know what? I call it growth. The first Middleton, the first time his name was uttered wasn't for me tonight. I'll take that. What I didn't do it, and I'm gonna stay off him tonight. But
I was trying hard.
No, I know it. But somebody said, who said this here? Indy says, I'd rather play Cleveland over Boston 100 times out of 100. And Todd says, Boston has pedigree. Bucks match up better against Boston. And listen, not to look ahead. I'm just saying, though, and I don't even want to get on this one. Peyton Pritchard had 41 or 43 tonight. And the crazy, and so when I hear that, I'm like, oh, damn, that's a lot of points. Peyton Pritchard went crazy tonight. Derek White had 43 or 41 tonight as well. So we're looking at Giannis and Dame, who went 32 and 34 respectively. And they had, I mean, they're not scrubs. I'm just saying in the sense of the Boston set their team, their two best players in Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and then they're looking down the roster at options, and their 5th and 6th and 7th options can get you 40 apiece. That is why that's why you look at them and go, man, that's a very tough opponent. And I get it. We're talking about, who's the better matchup. And the difference with Cleveland, what you look at with Cleveland is they have more pieces, but I just feel like you mentioned, Chris, bright lights. I don't see. I see scenarios where Darius Garland doesn't show up like he's been showing up all year. I just don't think he's that guy. I really don't. I think Donovan Mitchell is. I don't think that Darius Garland is. So, again, I would actually probably rather play Cleveland because of that. And I also think, again, the same thing we talked about with Brook being able to play more against a Jared Allen versus Kristaps Porzingis. But, again, both of those teams, very, very good. But I will say this, again, no matter what, my whole point is, the Bucks are better equipped now to play either one of those teams than they were previously because they can run, because they have more versatility, because they can throw more athletic defenders and bodies at them. Todd Merrill, yes, KPG, triple-double, 1945 off the bench. Iron Man Clint TV says, I'm ready to have the Bobby conversation. I'm really not. Like, I'm being honest with you. And y'all know me. I was one of the biggest let's trade Bobby guys that was out there. I've said it before. I'll say it again. That it's all about fit. And I never thought Bobby was trash. I just thought Bobby as a fit didn't work with the team that is struggling in some spaces defensively. But now that we've kind of shored up those gaps, if you're telling me he's on the floor with Giannis at the 5, or you tell me he's on the floor with Jericho Sims at the 5, what I don't want to see is him on the floor with Brook. Like we shouldn't have to play scenarios where it's Bobby and Brook at the 4 and 5. That's what like that would be taking a team now. We could put an athletic team on the floor, majority athletes. There's no reason to put Bobby and Brook back out there as your front court combo, because then you get slow again. So I think you can, and I think again there have been times, think about that Houston game, think about where that backup unit gets very stagnant, and KPJ might not have it, and that's where Bobby Portis can come in and makes a play. Side note, that's what I say about the backup. It's interesting because Kyle Kuzma is so unselfish, man. Like they almost to a fault, because there was a moment in the where I think Giannis Dane were coming back, and Kevin Porter Jr. gives the ball to Kyle Kuzma, and Kuzma's like looking to pass, and Kevin Porter Jr. is like, dog, if you don't go do, like, nobody's here, we're up 30, dog. Like, that is when you have all the green light in the world, and Kuzma is just like, hey man, I am team first, 100%. It's really good to see the maturity and the growth from him as a player in general.
Well, and the fact that it's been working. Like, just so quickly after implementing a new guy into the system, onto this team, and a guy that's not afraid to defer to the superstars on his squad, but also not afraid to go get his own, right? Like, he's still getting a decent amount of volume within his game, but he's not doing too much ever. It doesn't really feel like. Yes, here and there's been a couple games where he's just some shots or some passes where he's going no look and firing it into the corner. Like, some of that stuff, yeah, but you're winning. You're winning. That's the biggest part of this. And for it to gel so quickly, I think goes over a lot of people's heads. That's why you don't see the national media and stuff talking about this Bucks team anymore, because there's nothing to talk about other than positive things, right? So, like, I do think this Bucks team won the deadline, and I think going forward, all of these games we'll look back to in the playoffs and be like, yeah, the reason why they're able to win some playoff games and maybe some playoff series is they were able to get that going like right away when Kuz got implemented onto this team. So love it that he's settled into a role and he knows it and he plays it well.
Well, for all the bashers and bad talk about the guy in Washington, I mean, when you're one of the only options on the team other than Jordan Poole, you have no choice but to chuck up a bunch of shots and bad shots and halfway decent looks, because somebody got to score the ball. I mean, when you look at Dallas tonight, with Thompson had 28 shots, 27, you said, to get 28 points. Somebody has to shoot it at some point to be able to get you some points. So I'm not mad at him. Like you guys said, man, the maturity. I even remember when he hit that 3 on the wing and KPJ had to yell, shoot it to him when he gave him the assist. Like, and the unselfishness is what's going to propel us past the Boston Celtics and the Cleveland Cavaliers, Orlando Magic, New York Knicks, whatever team you want to put in there, man. The one thing that I want to say about that Boston Celtics backcourt, and I mean, I'm not taking anything away from the part-time 7-Eleven worker and the dude that got his passport declined when he was going to Turkey to get his hair transplant. But what I am going to say, that don't happen against this Milwaukee Bucks team.
No.
I die on that hill. KPJ is not letting you go for 40 on him. And I don't know who they were doing against them Trailblazers. I mean, 40 points, 40. If you score 40 in any league, I think that's an impressive feat, man. Any NBA player, these dudes are all professionals to get checks. But God dog it, man. Bring them Celtics too. Bring anybody. Bring Denver. Bring whoever. I really feel like this team has enough. Let me use one of them high-level sports words that my boy Chris King will use. Moxie to beat anybody.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. We'll see what the match. I'm fascinated, and that's why it would just be this team's got to stay healthy, because this is like, if this is a year they got to stay healthy. I want to see what this team looks like. Marty Moose says Bobby's 9-1 in his last 10. Terry Bolden says, gents, get your popcorn and drinks ready. Somebody else in the chat talked about, and I think I've said this before, like Kyle Kuzma, they said that KPJ and Kuzma are the Walmart Dame and Giannis. Kuzma is like that is almost like a comp. That's like one of the first comps I saw. Kuzma. He's a very, 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 very poor man's Giannis. Like he's trying to get to the basket. He's 16. He's trying to attack. Like a very poor man's Giannis. I'm not trying to say that, but yeah, that's what it looks like. Only thing about KPJ, I don't think he definitely just doesn't have the range like Damian Lillard to really just stop and pull wherever. But man, the shiftiness, that mid range gets to it. Got a little flick, a little shot, but it definitely goes in. They calling you Drake over there, Justin.
What I do?
I don't know. Just saying they saying you look like Drake. That's all. They saying
man, not Drake.
They're saying you're looking like Drizzy.
One thing too that I just saw, and a big reason why teams are not going to be able to leave Kuz open is the finishing. How many times have we just had in the playoffs? So you're just letting Giannis get to the rim and then throw it out, kick it out to shooters. Well, if you leave Kyle Kuzma open, he's going to rip the screws off of the rim. Or he's going to get to that, whatever that baby hook is, where he kind of like throws it. He's going to get to that. He has a variety. He has a bag at finishing inside. So really, really enjoy watching that, knowing that we have that type of scorer if you try to leave him open.
Now you said one. My bad. But you said one thing about KPJ range, and I was watching a lot of old clips of KPJ. And you know what game I was watching? I was watching when he beat them Bucks in 21.
Yeah.
That brother hit a lot of three-pointers all over the court, man. He was shooting. He darn near was shooting some of them joints where my sister in the chat from Hawaii was in there. Shooting them joints from Hawaii. So, hey, KPJ, hey, man, we might have to get that jersey without the 1,500, Chris. We might have to do it, dog. That boy's he a dog, man. I love the dogs, bro.
Well, that's why I'm hoping we can keep him, man. I hope whatever, obviously he's playing at an incredible level in limited minutes, finally got those minutes that we were looking for today, and he goes triple-double. So, the league is seeing it, but at the same time, I hope that there is some merit to what he says about, hey, I haven't been a part of a winning organization. Obviously, you're playing right next to Giannis, so it makes it a little easier, and hopefully that really holds some value.
Now just to tell all light-skinned people looking like Guru look like Chris Brown. They know damn Chris Brown.
You should have sung it.
Coming from wall to wall. King said Kuz did the same thing in LA, just played his role, and that's what this is about with Kyle Kuzma. Getting to your role, playing your role. I think somebody else said that in the Wizards they wanted him to be a star, and you're right. Some guys aren't cut out to be that. Like Kyle Kuzma, he's not cut out to be that. He's cut out to be a role player, and and again, and to me, he's making a good. The amount of money he's making that's where it is, $18-20 million. And I think he's making 20, and it goes down over the next 3 years or whatever it is. That's a good role for him. And he's doing, and he's playing it well. Like you mentioned, not just the fact that he can get the ball and get to the basket, but without the ball, if you're not paying attention, he's cutting. I don't know. I'm trying. Who's the last guy that we've had to just like cut off ball like that to the basket hard? And we get. I can't. I'm trying to think
Tim Thomas.
Who?
Tim Thomas.
I'm just saying,
PJ Tucker did it well a little bit.
PJ Tucker. Yeah, I'm talking like guys got it. I mean, just cutting off ball like the little things that he does, and he does it well. What we getting to next? Are we getting to I think we can just schedule win. Or we talked about that already. Okay, we want to go to Giannis 20K.
I don't know. I mean, did we talk about it?
No, we didn't. So really quick. So again, that's why it's so big winning the games that you're supposed to win. Because you look at the schedule, and again, it's funny. We talked about it at the beginning. The last couple games I said, and I looked at the schedule and I saw it was Dallas, Atlanta, Dallas, Orlando. Before you get to this stretch, and we said, dude, this got to be 4 wins right here. Not that they're easy, especially first one in Dallas because Kyrie was there. Now knowing what you know, this from Dallas is easy. Atlanta's never been easy for the Bucks because I think they have more mismatches for us, so that's tough. Orlando, as long as you got to stop Paolo, but they're a good basketball team, or at least they were. I haven't watched them, but they clearly been falling apart. But you needed those 4 wins no matter what happens moving forward. You're starting to get them. You've already completed now 3. And now you're going to get Orlando. But again, when you get a team like Dallas who's coming in here, who has not played well, who just traded Luka, who then loses Kyrie, who doesn't have anything. How many times again? We're gonna talk about scheduled wins. We're gonna have a technical schedule. Everybody's talking about they're ready to see what happens on Sunday. That's going to be a scheduled loss for the Bucks. I'm talking on paper. The Bucks should lose that game just because of schedule. So when you get one that works in your favor like this, you have to take advantage of it. So I was glad the Bucks did, and with flying colors.
Yeah, and you were able to I guess experiment a little as well doing it. Like having those minutes in the first half of KPJ and allowing him to kind of operate with the ball in his hands. I mean, and for everybody to show up, listen, Dame getting smoked in the eye on Tuesday and then coming out here and having one of his best first halves of the year. 26, right? 25, something like that?
Yeah.
26.
That's what he averages, right? Around 26 he had in the first half. Yes.
Yeah, had it in the first half. And if you're looking at it like if this game was any closer, it may be a career game in a Bucks uniform for Damian Lillard. And the fact that they didn't have to do that. The fact that I wish honestly that they would have rested the guys a little earlier because I saw KPJ take a hard fall and he grimacing a little bit. He got up though, and the game was already out of reach. But for them to just do what they needed to do, keep the vibes high, get that momentum going into this weekend. I think it's huge for this Bucks team, and hopefully, man, like these games on Saturday and Sunday, hopefully it's 2-0. I can see this Bucks team, if they continue this momentum, winning both games this weekend. And in the past, I probably wouldn't be able to say that. So,
nah, you definitely wouldn't be able to say that unless you were sitting on your Milwaukee Bucks deer antlers like I am, wishing on the star with kicking through them cold reliefs and every lucky thing you could possibly have in life. Hey, man, but you like y'all said, man, you just got to win basketball games at this point. When you're in a dogfight with the Indiana Pacers and the Detroit Pistons, I don't care who you play. If you played Capital City Go-Go, you play the Washington Wizards, you play the Washington Mystics, beat whoever's in front of you. Damian Lillard, because I saw a tweet out there, I think it was your homie Justin Willis, or it might not have been him. It might have been someone that he quote tweeted that said something about we're still waiting for the game that everybody agrees on from Bucks Nation. That was a great game. Yeah. So if this isn't a great Dame game, I don't know what else we're looking for as Bucks fans. It was absolutely phenomenal. Giannis was phenomenal. Look down. I mean, if we read the box score, everybody in that box score was phenomenal, including Mr. Sims with a double digit, with a little baby hook, a jump shot.
Yeah.
There's no. I mean, this is the first night I've been excited to go to Twitter. I'm sure Bobby Portis will probably catch it straight just because it has to be Bucks Twitter. We got to find something negative, which is all good, man. But it's just a great time, man. And and Chris Green, go ahead, book it, man. Go ahead, book it. Let's take that to the FanDuel guru. We're gonna put 10 up. We're gonna put 10 on the Bucks to win Saturday and Sunday, man. Let's take it to the FanDuel.
There you
Chris
go.
Green speaks on it. I believe it, my brother.
There you go. It's always there. You can put a little cash on the Bucks winning both of those games with the parlay. Like you said, you mentioned you're feeling good. Everything's good. You know where everything's good at?
Curly's
Waterfront Sports Bar and Grill out there in Pewaukee, Wisconsin. Always a good time out there at Curly's. Head on out there, man. It's going to be fun, especially on Sunday night if you can get out there, because you know what's happening Sunday, right?
$3 bottles and pints.
It's a nationally televised game on ESPN. $3 bottles and pints during all televised Milwaukee Bucks games. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the Milwaukee Bucks. Go there, enjoy yourself, have some fun. Of course, Wednesday and Thursday nights, what they doing?
Bingo and trivia.
Bingo and trivia. So I'm sure they was out there calling I-64 tonight. Tonight's Wednesday, right? Today Wednesday? Tuesday. It's Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Yeah, they was calling it out tonight. And Thursday, they'll be doing trivia. Section 102, row 23, seats 1 and 2. If you do well in trivia, you'll get those
Bucks tickets.
Chris King's Bucks tickets.
No, it's Justin's.
you get somebody's Bucks tickets out there and enjoy yourself. And you know what they may ask you?
Uh-oh. We got some trivia.
Yeah, we got some trivia. They may ask you how many 3-point shots were made by Shaquille O'Neal. Anybody know how many 3-pointers Shaquille O'Neal made in his NBA career? Anybody?
How long he played for? Like 30 years?
Played 20 seasons in the league.
I'm going to go 17.
17. Okay, well, I'll give you a hint. He only attempted 22.
Oh, he definitely hit 17.
5.
I give you guys one more guess here. Not 5, not 17. One more guess.
It's
Let
lower.
me go 2.
2. Okay. You want to give one more?
0.
Chris? 1. He hit one 3-point shot in his career.
I haven't seen that.
Yes, he only hit 1. He attempted 22 in 20 seasons of the league. Shot 11 in his first 4 years in Orlando. Hit 1. Shot 4 in his first year with the Lakers, and then shot 7 over his next 15 seasons. So he hit 1 in his first 4 years in the league and never hit another 3. It was 1 3-pointer from Shaquille O'Neal. And again, if you hit that, maybe you have some Bucks tickets right now if you were out in Curlers and they ask you that.
Let me ask you a question. Sorry.
Yeah.
So what's more disrespectful? Dante DiVincenzo bouncing the ball off the floor for an ant dunk, or Shaq shooting a 3 on you? Because you know they up by 30 if he's shooting that 3 on you.
Saying, depending on when he shot that 3. But if he's shooting it late. But see, that's the thing. Shaq, I'm not messing with Shaq. That's the thing. I ain't messing with Shaq if he's shooting a 3. That he's a guy I'm gonna let get away with the showboating. You ain't trying to get into him. Ty Merrill says Dallas Mavericks Jason Kidd called Kyrie Irving's. Oh, that's really a look around question. Torn ACL, a freak accident, refuted any perceived connection between the star guards, increased playing time, and the injury. Yeah, but you know what's crazy? I mean, yes, and he did land awkwardly off somebody. I think he bounced into somebody and then landed on his ankle, on his leg. But I always say to that, how many times do guys land that in awkward positions and they don't tear their ACLs? So yes, it could be a freak accident, but can your body have not? You never know. But again, it's I don't know. Maybe it's a coincidence that he was playing 39 minutes since I think since February 1 or whatever it was, and I don't know. I don't know what it is. But again, it's unfortunate that it took place. Todd asked also what we sipping on. I just got into the Mike's Hards, honestly. So that's all. Just something light. Something like what you got? Just water? What's that?
Kirkland's alkaline water.
There you go. Yeah. So
I got me a Miller. Got me a
there
Miller
you go.
down here.
There you go.
After the win, got to celebrate it a little bit.
After the dub,
2 in a row.
Got to do a little something. Let's celebrate this. Marty Moose says Giannis hit 20K points for his career. Next up is Anthony Davis with 18,800. 80 won't hit 20K until 2026 when he's 33 years old. I don't know. Yeah, he'll hit it at some point, I'm assuming. I don't know how much more he has in the tank. But 20,000 points for Giannis. They had a nice video tribute in the arena, which was real nice. He was emotional, of course. He looked. I always like when the guy get a video tribute and the guys like look at it and they're watching. You don't have to be too locked in. Like, no, watch your video tribute, man. You only get these moments. They'll be gone. In the blink of an eye. So glad they did that for him in the arena. The fans were chanting MVP as he got it. And again, he's the sixth fastest player to get it, or sixth youngest player to get a triple-double. I think he's 30 years old, 89 days. And I think the more impressive part about that is, again, he didn't start off, playing. He didn't start off playing a lot in his rookie year. He especially to start off scoring. Like, he didn't really start scoring. I had to look at his stats. When he really started scoring like that, year 3, when he really started, like, just, again, like when I think about LeBron, like LeBron came in the league averaging like 20 a night, right? Like that was, as an 18-year-old. So, I mean, for Giannis to get where he's got from being a 15th pick, 20,000 points, and I mean, he hit 20K and just kept rolling tonight. He's still got a long way to go. I think he's the 55th player in history with 20,000 points. So it'd be interesting to see where he ends up. But again, just phenomenal career already. Top 75 player, has 1 ring. Hopefully, and Marty Moose says he started off averaging 6 points a night year 1. That's insane. Danielle Cantor says Dame at 22,000 is brushed over. I didn't realize how many Dame has. So he has 22K. But yeah, man. Yeah, especially for somebody who called him. Yeah, being called run and dunk, man, no skill, all this. And, you end up with 20,000 points for your career and leading your team to a championship, still playing at a very, very high level, should be in even more consideration for the MVP. Like you said, Doc said he's he's underappreciated. I 100% agree with that. I don't know if he'll ever win another MVP just because, we look at Giannis, take everything he does now for granted. But again, phenomenal career, and just hats off to him for the 20,000 points. He's a hard worker, man. So and you know he has to earn it. You know, it ain't like he just out here pulling three. He earns 20K. So good stuff from Giannis.
Yeah, I can't believe the amount of voter fatigue that has gone into these MVP conversations with Giannis getting that kind of treatment. Like, I don't get it. You beat both of the guys that are ahead of you in odds head-to-head. You beat one of them for the NBA Cup. You started off 2-8, and you've got this team now rolling 11 games over 500. I don't get how ultimately it's like one performance and it's basically called. Like, how does SGA go for 50 one night and then it's like, all right, yep, it's SGA because they got the best record? Like, I don't get it. And do they even have the best record? I don't know. But
I think they might. I think Cleveland might have the best record. But for what it's worth, I do think SGA had like 4 50-point games this season.
But you get what I'm getting at. Yes, is like all of a sudden it's just like it's already won during the season. Like there's probably no going back and being like, hey, Giannis is gonna win it. So I just appreciate what all Giannis has been throughout his career. All the naysayers, all the naysayers throughout his career. And still performing at a high level, and just the way that he goes out there every night and gives 110%. I just want to see him in the playoffs.
I'm confused by this comment from Daniel says I think Giannis is pushing for MVP a little bit too much. I think it hurts the team a little bit. I still love him to death, but let's win a championship rather than an MVP. I'm so confused by that.
I mean, I agree with let's go win a championship, but
I'm confused as what do we mean?
This is a team that was 2-8.
Well, I'm saying, what does he mean pushing for MVP? I don't understand. I just don't understand the comment. Like I don't get the comment there.
I don't know. I don't know about pushing for MVP. I think the guy comes out and plays as hard as he can every single night. He knows no other way but 110% effort every opportunity he has. I mean, I think he's the type of guy, if you're up 5 pins on him in bowling, he's trying to get the 8 pin and pick up the spare and go on to the third frame, go onto the extra frame and get points there. Giannis is just absolutely, when we were sitting in them Bradley Center days, Guru and Chris King, when, you had a little Justin, when I had, more hair than, what you say that boy name was? Booyah. Yeah, when I had more hair than him, when I was a little buddy. Like, this is everything we could have dreamed of, man. And it's just so amazing the way this guy genuinely loves us and loves our city. It's just crazy. He puts on for our city every single time, and we always talk about it, right? We're rooting for the front of the jersey, not the back. He is the epitome of the front of the jersey. We don't care about the back of your jersey and any of that stuff. And the fact that he got 20,000 points and he is an all defensive first team defender makes it even greater to me. But one of the things that I want to give a lot of credit to tonight, because he played the Dallas Mavericks, outside of the Milwaukee Bucks, this dude is my favorite point guard. He's my favorite point guard of all time. I wasn't old enough to watch Oscar Robertson. I know I'm the old fart on the show, but I didn't see Oscar Robertson hoop it. But I'm going to tell you, man, Jason Kidd, seeing that brother hoop at Cal, seeing that brother hoop in the NBA. But Bucks fans, Armin Sarian, we at you right now. When you talk about what has Jason Kidd done, there is no Giannis Antetokounmpo if there's no Jason Kidd. And it's not just for putting the ball in his hand, letting him be Magic Johnson on steroids. No, it's far deeper than that. He brought in Kevin Garnett to work with him. He introduced this guy to Kobe Bryant. He had Hakeem Olajuwon, like all these connections, and he put that winning spirit in Giannis' system, and it's here. And this is why when we lose, he gives you those great quotes in the postgame and stuff like that. This guy is Milwaukee through and through. He is the best thing that ever happened to the Bucks in my 42 years of being on this earth. And I'll probably, if you can double it and the Lord will bless me with 42 more, I don't think I'll ever see anything better, man. 20K, if that brother would have had 5K, he brought us a parade out down Wisconsin Avenue. It just doesn't get any better than 34, man.
There we go. Hey. That's what I'm talking about right there. On the Jason Kidd stuff, man. Too many Jason Kidd haters out in the universe because he didn't do whatever with the Bucks and what have you. But You can argue whatever you want about Jason Kidd. He unlocked what we see today as Giannis. There's no question about it. He was instrumental in unlocking him. I guess as if Giannis was American, he'd be the face, of the league. Yeah, I can see that. I definitely, I agree with that. Martin Moose says Giannis best two-way player, says MJ. Tom Merrill says he saw Oscar. Says 9 or 10 though. Didn't appreciate what he was seeing. Okay, yeah, right. I guess as the Kuzma haters showed up, man, you brave soul to show your face in these streets when you was hating on Kyle Kuzma, and now Kyle Kuzma is out here balling. What a man! Like I said, anyway, I'm not even getting the back. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. He's very weird. He's an odd character. There's no question. He's weird dude. But
anyway. I will shout him out though. I think he's a good character because it's not ball knowledge. Obviously, he's obviously a good character. People will tune into him. I'll give him his flowers. They tune into him because of the theatrics, not so much ball knowledge, which is fine. I get it.
Yeah, nah, he puts on act, and hey man, if that's what you do, that's what you do. Enjoy that. Let's go to the Twitter. See what Twitter had to say tonight. I think it's gonna be a good night. I think people are feeling the vibes of what's going on in Milwaukee. At Yeen125 says time to start offering Mavs fan a seat on the Bucks wagon. At Drew Barron just says good to stack winnable games before the middle of the month gauntlet. At Jules ESQ says, "What's up?
We got a couple nights in a row of Drew being positive. Just want to point that out.
Yeah, Drew has been positive. Yeah, that's the thing. Drew. Hey, I promise you, Sunday against the Cavs, anything bad happens on Sunday, Drew. I told you it was over. It's the season. Might as well. That's what's gonna happen." Jules ESQ says, "Didn't realize trading for Kuz, KPJ, and Sims would make us legitimate contenders, but they're such upgrades in terms of athleticism and switchability that I'm now actually excited to beat up on the Cavs, Celtics, and the Knicks." At Porque No Gui says the trade deadline appears to be a complete success. Youth and energy are currently beating the ability to hit tough mid-range jumpers for 19 minutes a game. It's just the trade deadline appears to be a complete success. Youth and energy are currently beating the ability to hit tough mid-range jumpers for 19 minutes a game every other game. Interesting comment. I didn't say it. At Shaq B94 says when Sims casually hit the floater, he fell out of his chair. And then there's the meme of the guy like that. He says he fell out of the chair when Sims hit the floater. At NYC Randy says Dame and Giannis have found the groove playing together. They're mentally in sync. KPJ, I'm really starting to run out of praises. We really got him from Marjan. It's hilarious. I'm tired of Kuzma disrespect, because he has been amazing for us. But Bucks fans, give him his flowers, please. At J Phil in Texas says, Bobby can't see the court when he comes back. That's it. All this good stuff. How we had a great night. Bobby can't see the court when he comes back. That's what we get.
Hey, I told you Bobby's going to catch a stray.
Yeah, no, 100%. R-Mill53 says something lost in this game was that besides Dame, Giannis, Kuz, and KPJ, our role players were terrible most of the game. Were they?
What did AJ Green have tonight?
You just named all. Yeah, right. AJ Green was great. You just named. It says Dame, Giannis, Kuz, KPJ. Our role players were terrible. Sims, I thought, played well. AJ Green played well. To KPJ, I mean, okay. I don't get that one.
Unless he's talking about Torian.
He's talking about Torian. He's talking about Torian Prince and Brooke.
And Brooke Lopez, but we didn't need them to score when you got these other guys going crazy. We got 6 guys in double figures, man.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Let's see. At your boy at the Wisconsin kids has great win. KPJ can ball, 14 assists off the bench. Kuzma is an upgrade over era 404. The Dame Giannis duo chemistry is at an all-time high. Start AJ Green. Let's do a couple more here. At Henry Dykstra says there was a weird response of people pretending the world was ending during the trade deadline. I am praying the Bucks make them all look stupid. And he says, we're here. We're at that level. At no DPI, please says, seen enough. 15 is the truth. 15, he's talking about your boy Bouye. Bouye has some good moments there. And
my barber. I don't watch that last 3 minutes.
Hey,
Chris Big put it off.
I'm setting up the post game show. I tell you guys, I don't watch it. Did he play well?
He actually did. He hit. I think he hit a shot. Did he hit a shot? I think he hit a shot.
There you go.
He didn't hit a shot. He looked. I mean, he looked decent. Yeah, he's decent.
We gonna have to get that ESPN Plus and watch them herd, Chris King. We want to get a herd game.
And then the last one, it's funny. The Wisconsin kid usually get I found he usually does two tweets in this. He says the way Sims is playing, we don't need PED porters. So that's
he knew his strength was coming, dog.
Good stuff there on Twitter. Bucks win it tonight, fellas. 137-107. I don't know how much time we're at, but we hasten this thing to a close. Let's get to the game balls tonight. Go ahead.
Can I say just one quick thing?
Yeah.
Hey, look. Last thing we're gonna say for all you Kuzma haters, when that parade comes down Wisconsin Avenue, Chris King, JT, the Guru, and myself, we're gonna welcome you for that parade too. We don't care if you hated on Kuzma the whole time. We're gonna make that boy a champion again. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and Bear is lucky that I don't because my stuff will I have to watch this on like a separate YouTube that's not connected to our channel because I actually got to hook this. I got to hook this up because hey, can somebody call Tech? Get him. Hey, somebody tech him up. Tech him up. He get teched up like KPJ. Coming here talking madness, man. Hey, like I said, ain't nothing to get you booted up out of here. Hey, here's what it is. At Daniel Can't Trust says there's not a bad trade we did this year. Love all the trades. Made Locked On Bucks look silly. I don't know what Locked On Bucks said. Again, I like some of the people over at Locked On. I don't know exactly. I don't watch it because we do our show. I don't know what they said. So Daniel, what did they say about? I'm curious. What did they say about the trade? I would if I had to guess, they probably talked more about the numbers and they talked about analytics and they talked about how Kuzma and Giannis wouldn't be a fit together because I'm guessing, I have no clue. That's what I would guess is that was kind of the conversation. And again, if you are more on the number side of things and that's what you look at, that's how you analyze basketball, which again, a lot of people do. And sometimes it makes sense. And again, the funny thing is, the way I think about it, and I'm not even talking about lockdown, I'm just talking about in general. The way I think about this is my eyes will tell me if what is going on, my eyes will tell me if the numbers make sense or not. And I always think if the numbers don't make sense, if the numbers don't match up with what my eyes are telling me, there's probably an issue with whatever the numbers are. Meaning, i.e., there isn't a big enough sample size, or which is the first when Kuzma first got here, they're like, oh, the numbers are horrible. Well, you're seeing that, he played 2 games. You gotta let the plus minus may not
notable.
Right. It was notable, but if it doesn't show up on the plus minus, that's how they go. But yeah, you have to kind of look into that kind of stuff. And so what I just generally, and so it's funny because then I saw you talked about Justin Willis, but it was funny because somebody was like going back at him, and then he was like, well, the numbers are showing that it is working. Well, yeah, if you wait till the number. As if you always have to wait until the numbers say it works before you know whether it works or not, you're always going to be behind. You watch it and you tell yourself whether the numbers work or not. I don't know what KPJ's number. I have no clue. I'm telling you, he's an impact player. I know he's an impact player. I don't have to sit here and wonder. Jericho Sims tonight was his plus minus only 3. I know he played well tonight. I don't know what lineup did but I know he played well. So here's another thing. What does it look like?
Here's another argument to support what you're talking about, Guru. Chris King was one of the first gentlemen on Ryan Rollins before there were any numbers or anything else like that. Chris King looked at this guy with his basketball eyes and saw that he'd be a great fit and he'd be a better fit on his team than DeLon Wright. I still looked at it from DeLon Wright 3-4 years ago. That was a decent 3-and-D guy that played good. And Chris King was like, no, this dude right here is it. And that's what Guru's talking about right here. You got to get rid of these statistics, man. That's for y'all PhD dudes that want to crunch them numbers. I ain't going to school that long. I'm gonna rely on Chris King's eyes because they're a lot better than mine. I'm going to rely on Guru's eyes because we're going to look at basketball. And if you can hoop, we want you on the Bucks. If you can't hoop, no matter who you are, listen, I grew. Sidney Moncrief is like my guy. He played for the Atlanta Hawks. Guys are gonna play for other teams. Is what happens. Like, we got to stop crying this sugar honey iced tea about this guy, that guy, etc.
Well, it also didn't help that on Twitter, people are making low-light compilations of Kyle Kuzma missing shots and basically not really playing that hard in Washington. Like Todd just said, he knew, Kuz was always a good player, nice player, but he was mailing it in every night. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the first things I said and reacted with this when Kuz was, in talks and stuff like that, is like, I can't really judge him off of those years. A team that he got his money, but they're trying to ask him to do way too much. You scale back that role a little bit, and you see, obviously, the impact that he has now. And then, I mean, it's pretty much the same thing with basically everybody else we acquired at the trade deadline. Jericho Sims not playing. KPJ really not playing much. They're losing as well. So it's hard to judge people off of just what they were doing this year. It's a career thing, and really a lot of it is eye test, and it's proven us right.
Well, yeah, and then you go back to I think of a guy like your boy Malcolm Brogdon, who here great. I mean, he was great when he was here. You go to Indiana, and the number when you got to be the starting guy, the lead guy, the lead dog. It don't look the same. It just doesn't. And so that you have to take all of that into consideration, and you have to take where people are into consideration when you think about what they can be. And again, we'll see what it ends up with. But the difference is it was really just an athleticism thing. And the whole thing was, I'll just say this last part, and I've said it before, so it's not new or anything. But if you expecting Kyle Kuzma to be Chris Middleton, you're looking at it through the wrong lens. Yep. And then Chris, and again, love Chris Middleton for what he did. He has a more efficient offensive game. I know we look at it, and again, that some of the reasons people don't like Kuzma right now is because they think, you look at the game, it's some of the same reasons you take away from Giannis, where Joker is like all this, Joker's the best in the world. Let me watch him play defense. Watch him play. I put more value into a guy that can play. That's a two-way player. The NBA analytics data, you put a lot more into what a guy looks like on offense. That's the first thing you talk about is numbers and efficiency and shooting splits and true shoot. No, I mean, I'm watching the guy play. I'm watching energy. I'm watching you. There's not a stat for vibes, but the vibes look better. What I'm saying? But there's not a stat for that. But again, that's just what I think about. But I'm just saying, Kuzma wasn't brought in to be Chris Middleton. And if you thought that, you're dead wrong. It's not. He's a different player altogether. And again, you were also wrong about if people thought that only one style of player can play next to Giannis. That's also totally untrue. And again, what I really think it is, I think it devalues what Giannis is. When I think, and I go back to the people. Do you understand? Giannis is an NBA superstar, a legend, one of the greatest players of all time. Yeah, I don't think we can only put this kind of a player next to him. No, the greats figure it out.
He's a Hall of Famer before 30. Right. Understand it. Hall of Famer before 30. And hey, what's Stack 5 tell you? Steven Jackson? He told you if you're not playing both ends of the court, he's not even taking you seriously. So we got to put more respect on Kuzma's name. I want to go ahead and say this on this airwaves too. One dude I was wrong about out there in Golden State getting buckets, got them playing better, Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Hey, wrong as wrong could be. That's the one thing about the Cream City crossover. We the most 100 post-game show there is. We the most 100 bunch of brothers there is. When we wrong, we going to admit to you that we wrong. Hey, I was wrong on Jimmy Butler. Chris King was right on that one too, my dude.
Yeah, no, Jimmy Butler, again, same scenario about situation where, and again, you could end up being right where down the line, Jimmy don't get what he want. Next year, Jimmy could be a problem. Yeah, Jimmy could be a problem at any point in time. But yeah, I think, that was the figure was if he got to where he wanted to get to, you were going to, and again, you see just from an effort, energy level, he was same thing as Kyle Kuzma. He was mailing it in. Watch. I don't know if you were watching Jimmy Butler the last few weeks before the trade. Oh, he didn't care. When he was getting suspended, he did not care what was going on. And again, you get into a different place, different scenario. You go out there, you go play basketball. All right. Now, see, I don't know how many we're at, but
we're only a buck in 4 minutes.
Oh Lord. Okay, so let's keep rolling. Let's get to the game ball here. I'm gonna go first. Only because I think you can go a lot of different ways here. You really could. But I'm just you can do it every night. Only reason I'm gonna do this because he got 20,000 points. That's what's gonna be that's what's gonna give him the edge over the other candidates. But I'm gonna go Giannis, 32, 15, 4 assists, 1 steal, 13 for 20 tonight, 6 of 6 from the line. Plus 30 on the night if you're into the data. Did have 3 turnovers, but again, Giannis, 20,000 points. So really more of a lifetime achievement award, which is why I'm giving this game ball to Giannis tonight. Excellent job. Keep playing, and 24 minutes, 32 points, 15 boards. I'll take it.
You know what I'll also take is 26 points in the first half from Damian Lillard after a good game last night. Got smoked, like I said, hammered in the eye by Capella, and he comes out there swollen eye and all and goes crazy. I mean, 26 points in the first half, 25, whatever it was. And this is the kind of Damian Lillard that we want to see. Obviously, it's not going to be that efficient nightly basis, but I don't mind him having those kind of first halves. Like, I would always take that. The ability of him to just consistently knock down threes, score in every which way. I saw mid-range jumpers. I saw getting to the rim, laying it home, reverse layups. All that stuff is what we're going to need. And for him and Giannis to combine for 66 tonight, I think it's shades of what we'll see in the playoffs if those two are playing and they are healthy.
Yeah, I could go a lot of different ways, man. There's KPJ, and one of y'all got to throw JT's game ball too. But there's KPJ. I know the stat line doesn't show it, but moving into the top 20 of blocks of all time with Brook Lopez, AJ Green shot the ball, NBA Jam. He's on fire the whole night. Kyle Kuzma just did his thing, just being that guy there is. Obviously, like both of you brothers said, Dame and Giannis. But, man, I got to give it a 34 tonight, man. I got to give it to big Giannis. And you know why? Because when he dunked on somebody a couple months ago, he said, "This is my effing city. This is his effing city. This is Giannis's city. It's Giannis's town. It's Giannis's night." I'm going to give it a 34. And then, y'all folks in the chat, y'all got to get y'all game balls in there too. We saw a couple, but keep them coming.
Chris, who'd you give game ball to?
I gave it to Dame. JT's definitely going KPJ.
Yeah, that's what I say. Yeah, that's where he would go KPJ, 10, 11, 14. So, yeah, we'll give John's game ball to Kevin Porter Jr. See a couple Kevin Porter Jr.'s in the chat saying KPJ is a scrappy scrapper. I guess says KPJ is going to get a $20 million deal when Brooke and Bobby are gone. Yeah, I don't even know what the money's going to look like for the Bucks in the offseason. I really haven't even got to it. I just agree. I think you got to find a way to keep Gary Trent Jr. You got to find a way to keep Kevin Porter Jr. You got to find a way, in my opinion, to keep Jericho Sims as well. You got to stay getting younger with this basketball team. And hey, listen, I asked before what does Chris Livingston do? I remember asking that during the summer league. People, he does. He's a 5'2" player. Dan, get his ass out of here, dog. Sorry, dog. How old is he, though? How old is he?
I think he's probably 21, maybe.
Okay.
20.
Well, maybe he can get to it, man. Send his ass back to Oshkosh. Where they play at? Oshkosh?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, hey, send his ass to Oshkosh, dog. Oshkosh, be gosh. Send him down there. Get there with the herd. All right. Let's look around the
losses, man. You got to.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
we
what
were
I'm saying.
able to do with Marjan Beauchamp after holding on for so long. So you got to.
Yes, you don't have to. You really don't have to. You don't have to hold on to these guys, man.
Westchester Knicks.
Right, exactly. Bucks winning 137-107. Nuggets are up 5 with 20 seconds to go over the Kings. Thunder up 81-66 over the Grizzlies over on ESPN. Clippers, if you're a Bucks fan, you should be rooting for the Clippers right now. They're up 5 over the Detroit Pistons. So that's a good result. If they can get a win over the Pistons tonight, you want to see that. I think James Harden's having a nice night. I think he had like 20-something in the first quarter. He has 27 points right now in 15 minutes. So he's having a really good, efficient night for him. What's that?
Running flop.
Running flop. The Wizards, they get a win. Everybody's into the Chris Middleton thing. 14, 6, and 6 from Chris Middleton. He was 5 for 12. Ooh, only 40%. That's not going to be analytics. People ain't going to be happy about that. 125, 122 over the Utah Jazz. That ain't good enough. That's not good enough for the win. Cleveland beats the Heat tonight, 52-10. My goodness. They're like, it is going to, if they do not win the play, it's going to be a travesty if they don't go to the finals. There's going to be a lot of talk about that basketball if they don't. T-Wolves beat the Hornets tonight, and the Celtics, we talked about it a little bit. 40-point nights, 41 and 43 respectively for Derek White and Peyton Pritchard. As they had, I think Tatum was out tonight. They had some guys out, but the Celtics beat the Blazers 128-118. Todd says, I actually think the way the contract stuff works, Bucks can sign KPJ and one of Trent Prince. Then I think we have bird rights on Brooke Bobby and can go over the cap depending on signing and timing. Yeah, I think you do have bird rights on Bobby. Bobby has a player option though. I think it'll be interesting to see what he wants to do. Again, you know, I don't know. I'd be okay with Brooke and Bobby gone if you had to. But yeah, I want. Like I said, I really got to get KPJ back. And again, I think it's one of the things where Kevin Porter, we're kind of like Bobby, where Bobby got to the Bucks and found a home, and it's like, yo, I will take a little bit of a discount to stay here and play with you guys. Where KPJ may be on the same kind of wave, where it's like, all right, bet, you know, I'm back in. I was already in the league. I found my footing, and I have a rotational spot. Yeah, this makes sense for me playing with Giannis, and I think again a lot of guys want to do that. NYC Demon says offense can be tracked with numbers. Defense has to be tracked with your eyes. That's why all these numbers. Guys love offense. Only player. Yeah, no, I agree. It is much easier to track offense with numbers because you can get to some individualized types of things. When you're talking defense, trying to use numbers for it. I mean, there are some that may pass the eye test, but you're usually having to equate for other guys on the floor, unless it's like man for man, like what your percentage is, what your opponent's percentage is against you or something like that. Outside of that, yeah, you're at the mercy of, you know, again, Brook Lopez. Guys not protecting the rim, guys who are allowing straight line drives to the basket. Like, you're at the mercy of a lot of other guys out there on the floor. Well, this person doesn't play good. You just have to watch. Again, you just have to watch.
Two quick things for the look around.
Go ahead.
Wisconsin Badgers, great win, won the border battle tonight. Marquette Golden Eagles lost a tough one to the most annoying pipsqueak punk dude in basketball, Danny Hurley, most punchable face in all of basketball. I'd punch him. Chris King would punch him. Guru would punch him. Y'all beat him. Y'all beat him.
You know, Doug Gottlieb is going to have to lead the punchable faces in basketball for me. So that's what I want to punch.
Let's put them both next to each other. One quick stat about the Milwaukee Brewers. We had Abner Uribe come back after his knee surgery. First pitch, 99 miles per hour. And then just a quick shout out to LeBron James, man. I know we don't talk a lot about him. 50,000 points. You feel whatever way you want to feel about him. I'm not the biggest LBJ fan in the world. I'm not the LBJ hater. But 50,000, salute. You're not my king, but you're a hell of a basketball player.
He is 100% a legend. 50,000 points. That includes playoffs for LeBron James. So yeah, no, that's a big time accomplishment for him. One of the all-time greats. You know, I think you're pulling hairs whether you have him first or second, but you know, that's everybody's prerogative there. Marty says, "Got to go. Great show. Thanks and good night to the chat. Appreciate you, Marty. We appreciate everybody for joining us tonight." Let's get out of here, man. We got one. Have a couple days off, and then Saturday, Sunday, gonna be some big games coming up. Again, you got like you said, Orlando Saturday night, and then Sunday night. Appointment viewing with ESPN.
I'm excited.
Against the Cleveland Cavaliers. This is gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it. We're on a back-to-back, but you know, I'm looking forward to it just to see what we look like. And yeah, this is gonna be the litmus test. A lot of people are going to be looking forward to it. We'll talk about it, of course, Saturday night as well after the Orlando Magic game as we gear up for a Sunday night showdown at home against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Where's that Atlanta game's at home too, so they keep playing at home. So good. And the Bucks have been really good at home. King Kings is a great show tonight. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody in the chat for watching. Appreciate everybody on Twitter if you were watching, on YouTube. Everywhere you were, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with us. We appreciate it. Hit that like button if you enjoyed anything that we did tonight, anything you heard, anything we said, anything you said. Hit that like button, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. Please subscribe to the Cream City Crossover. We would greatly appreciate it. And by the way, when you, Robert, we'll see you this weekend. And when you subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend about the Cream City Crossover. Don't forget, we will have more information. We're going to have a Cream City Crossover bracket challenge for March Madness. The winner will obviously, we'll do a percentage so we'll do first, second, third payouts. It'll be $10 sheets, first, second, third payouts, and the winner will be able to do a segment. Maybe you'll do a whole show with us. We'll figure it out. We'll figure that out. But you'll definitely make an appearance if you want to on the Cream City Crossover after a game. That'll be fun. But yeah, we want you to do that. Participate in the bracket challenge as March Madness comes up. I want to thank our sponsors tonight. The Curly's Waterfront Sports Bar and Grill out in Pewaukee, Wisconsin, Lake Pewaukee. Get out there to Curly's, have some good food, good eats, good fun, all of the above. Tell them the Guru sent you. Tell them the Cream City Crossover sent you. Curly's Waterfront Sports Grill, sponsor of the Cream City Crossover. Want to appreciate you guys, man. Justin and Chris out here doing on the back-to-back. So thank you very much, fellas. This has been a Cream City Media Group production. For the Guru Trickhouse third,
Chris King,
Justin.
For Amy Enemies, only because I dare to tell you the truth. Don't take no wood nickels.